Microsoft is reportedly preparing to host Elon Musk's Grok AI model on its Azure platforms. Now, this is an unexpected partnership between Microsoft and xAI, and it could completely reshape the AI landscape and potentially strain Microsoft's relationship with OpenAI. The question is, do they care? Consider what it means. Microsoft, OpenAI's biggest investor, is now cozying up to Elon Musk, the very person who's currently locked in a bitter legal battle with OpenAI's Sam Altman. Now, this isn't just another tech partnership. This is a strategic chess move that signals Microsoft's determination to avoid being dependent on any one single AI player. Now, the implications on the future of AI, cloud computing, and these major tech players are huge here. So let's dive into this a little bit today. Welcome to Startup Pack. I'm Spencer, and here at Startup Pack, we train software developers in our coding boot camps, as well as build custom software solutions for companies. With a decade of executive leadership as a fractional CTO and 25 years in software development, I've mastered transforming tech teams and products. So Microsoft is clearly expecting a multimodal strategy, multi-model, not modal, strategy to avoid over-reliance on OpenAI's technology. You can tell I'm talking a lot about AI recently, right? So according to reports, Microsoft's engineers have been instructed to prepare Azure's infrastructure to host Grok on the Azure AI Foundry platform. Now, this move follows Microsoft's integration of other AI models, including DeepSeek, Meta's Llama, and potentially Anthropic's Claude. Now, I've seen how dangerous single vendor dependencies can become in fast-moving technology landscapes. Microsoft's approach mirrors what smart CTOs have been doing for decades, ensuring that having multiple options for critical infrastructure. Now, the company isn't replacing OpenAI just yet, but it's creating a full ecosystem of AI models that developers can choose from based on their specific needs. Now, Microsoft isn't just fighting for AI models. They're fighting to be the infrastructure that powers the entire AI economy. This hosting arrangement would make Grok available to both outside developers and Microsoft's internal product teams through Azure Cloud. So Azure AI Foundry is designed to be the operating system on the back end of every single agent, according to Microsoft's VP of AI platforms. So I've seen a lot of technology changes over the years, right? And the companies that control infrastructure always end up with the most power. Microsoft is positioning itself to collect tolls no matter which AI model ultimately wins in the market, similar to how they dominated with Windows. The infrastructure play is always more valuable long-term than any investment in one single AI company, even one as prominent as OpenAI. Now, multiple reports are suggesting that there's tension between Microsoft and OpenAI, and it has been increasing over the past year. So in March, there was reports that Microsoft was testing models from xAI, Meta, DeepSeek, and a lot more as potential replacements to its Copilot AI assistant. Now, the timing on this Grok integration comes amid OpenAI's reported desire for Microsoft to, quote, provide more money and compute and stay out of the way. Now, having led technology partners for years, I can tell you that these moves rarely happen randomly. They're calculated signals designed to improve negotiation positions. Microsoft hiring of DeepMind co-founder has been seen by many as an insurance policy against over-reliance on OpenAI. Now, while Microsoft remains heavily invested in OpenAI, the diversification strategy gives them critical leverage in their ongoing partnership negotiations. Now, Elon Musk and OpenAI CEO Sam Altman have been locked in an increasingly contentious legal battle. Musk has filed multiple lawsuits against OpenAI, accusing the company of betraying its founding mission and even alleging racketeering activities. By working with Musk's AI, Microsoft is inserting itself directly into this high-profile tech industry feud. Now, these kinds of personalities conflicts often drive business decisions as much as pure technology considerations. Microsoft appears to be hedging its bet by maintaining relationships with both sides of this increasingly bitter AI rivalry. Now, the personal dynamics between these tech leaders adds an unpredictable element that could significantly impact how this partnership develops. Now, we've seen this before where decisions can sometimes be made more on personalities than it is even on technology. Now, if your company needs help navigating the increasingly complex AI landscape, reach out to us here at Startup Pack. Our specialty is building AI integration strategies to help your company work smooth as ever. So check out startuppack.com/Spencer. Now, Microsoft will reportedly only host the Grok model, not provide computing resources for training future versions. The hosting-only arrangement differs from Microsoft's deeper partnerships with OpenAI, where they provide both the hosting and the training computational powers. Now, xAI previously backed out of a reported $10 billion deal with Oracle and indicated that they would handle model training using their own infrastructure. So sometimes these specific arrangement details often reveal more about the relationship dynamics than the press releases. These limited partnerships suggest that XAI wants to maintain independence while still benefiting from Microsoft's massive distribution advantage. So the hosting only approach might represent a middle ground that works for both companies without creating too much dependencies. Now, having Grok available on Azure AI Foundry could significantly expand the model's reach and user base. Developers will gain the ability to incorporate Grok into their applications without having to manage complex infrastructures themselves. So the integration follows Microsoft's patterns of making AI models accessible through simple, developer-friendly interfaces. Now, I really like this because I love using Grok. I actually use it on a lot of my stuff. It is expensive, just like all the other cloud ones when you're using it in API, so that's why I host most of my AI stuff locally. But if you want one of the really powerful ones, our Grok, the power to do data matching on Grok has been really good. But I've seen how critically easy access for a technology adoption can make a bigger push longer down the road. Microsoft is positioning itself as the universal gateway to all major AI models, creating a powerful lock-in effect for developers. Because once you've built on Azure, you don't want to move away, right? And so even if you're using these other models, it gives you the opportunity to stay on Azure and still use some of these other models without having to do a whole bunch of expensive self-hosting. So Microsoft is creating a marketplace dynamic that could benefit developers through increased competition. That's one of the things that Microsoft has done really well at, is really trying to provide a lot of great tools for developers, which of course comes at the cost of using a lot of their the expensive Azure tools, right? And again, all cloud hosting is expensive, so that wasn't like a dig at Microsoft. But reports suggest that it remains unclear whether Microsoft will secure an exclusive hosting arrangement for Grok, or without exclusivity, Grok could potentially be hosted on competing platforms like Amazon Web Services or AWS as well. So the terms of this deal could significantly impact the competitive landscape in cloud AI services. Microsoft would benefit tremendously from keeping Grok off competing platforms, especially as AI becomes a key cloud differentiator. So watch for more details about this, because it wouldn't surprise me to see some kind of exclusivity agreement reach out, or it wouldn't also surprise me to see if Grok is now out shopping to all the different major cloud providers to try to extend its reach. So this potential partnership news comes just ahead of Microsoft's Build conference, which is scheduled for later this week. Beginning of next week. The timing suggests that Microsoft may be planning to announce Grok integration during the major developer event. Microsoft has consistently used Build announcements to demonstrate its AI leadership and commitment to developer tools. Now, this Microsoft partnership could significantly boost XAI's market position and competitiveness against other AI labels. Access to Microsoft's massive customer base would provide valuable scaling opportunities for Grok. XAI would benefit from Microsoft's enterprise relationships while maintaining control over their core technology. I don't think that Grok or XAI has made a ton of roadways into the enterprise, which Microsoft pretty much owns. So in my decades of building tech companies, I've seen how these kinds of distribution partnerships can really dramatically accelerate growth trajectory. So this move suggests that XAI is taking a more pragmatic approach to growth rather than trying to build everything internally. Now, Microsoft's GitHub Copilot already supports models from multiple providers, including Anthropic and Google, as well as OpenAI. This multi-model trend, I also want to say multimodal because we're talking about AI so much, but this multi-model trend points to a different future where users can select their preferred AI across Microsoft's entire range without having to leave their platform. So Microsoft's embrace of this approach positions them well for an uncertain future where they don't know if they can quite rely on OpenAI yet. Now, OpenAI's reaction to this Microsoft XAI partnership will be interesting to watch in the coming weeks. Earlier this month, OpenAI filed a countersuit against Elon Musk, accusing him of using delaying tactics in bad faith. So the deteriorating relationship between Musk and Altman puts Microsoft in a complex position as it tries to navigate relationships with both. OpenAI could respond by accelerating to its own partnership with other cloud providers to reduce dependency on Microsoft. So this personal conflict between these tech leaders adds a really unprecedented, unpredictable dimension that could impact product roadmaps. Now, this evolutionary parallel is what happens in cloud computing, where multi-cloud strategies became standard practice for risk management. The ability to compare and switch between AI models will drive healthy competition and ultimately better products. I'm a big fan of the competition. I think that when we get competition, the consumers are the ones who wins. So I've seen every tech cycle eventually move from closed to open approaches. Even Apple's having to open its app store now, right? This transition typically accelerates innovation as companies must compete on quality rather than the lock-in. Now, best thing you can do is let me know your thoughts. I love to hear from you guys. It's the best compliment that I can get. So reach out to us, because here at Startup Hack, we love to train software developers and to build custom software solutions for companies. So if we can help your company, reach out to us at startuphack.com/Spencer, and here's some great information about some of our offerings.
Hi, my name is Spencer Thomason, and I'm a fractional CTO. With over a decade of executive leadership and a solid 25 years in software development, I've mastered the art of transforming technology teams and products. So what is a fractional CTO? This is where you can contract someone like myself to come into your organization and get the benefits of a seasoned CTO without having to employ me full time. In today's fast-paced world, efficiency, security, and product scaling aren't just goals, they're necessities. My passion is building impactful products and enhancing organizational efficiencies through technology. From startups to small businesses, my approach leverages lean methodologies to not just meet but exceed your strategic goals. Whether it's through executive mentoring, cloud system architecture, or launching a minimum viable product swiftly, my aim is to make a significant impact right from the start. Recognized in the Arizona startup ecosystem, my journey has been about creating value and fostering innovation. I have led technology for companies like GoDaddy, SRP, and Wells Fargo and turned challenges into milestones. I've taken this learning and launched 7 of my own brands, and now I want to help you. So if you're looking for a fractional CTO who brings a wealth of experience, strategic vision, and a proven track record, let's connect. Together we can build technology that not only drives your business forward, but also makes a difference. Technology leadership redefined to fit your needs. So reach out today.